Athletes ready. Judges ready. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, go!
And the final day of competition on the individuals is underway as they have 25 Parallette Handstand Push-ups to start event number 8.
And you can see the big drive of those legs that all these ladies are doing. They're trying to get as much momentum out of the use of their legs as possible. And look right in the middle of your screen with the orange shorts and the black top. Sarah Sigmundsdottir is smashing those reps. My gosh, those were fast. Oh my gosh.
Your top 3 coming in will be in your middle 3 lanes. Sigmundsdottir in the orange shorts. Black top. Just to her left will be Sam Briggs, and to her right, Karin Frey. One athlete to keep your eye on is Gabrielle Magala, because though she is in 4th, she is still in contention for a podium spot.
Yeah, she's only about 9 points back outside of Sam Briggs, and she's been flirting with that 3rd, 4th position virtually all weekend. It's been really impressive to watch her work. Still so young, but even though she's this young, a lot of experience.
Now this is the challenge I thought we might see a little bit for Sarah, is that these flying push-ups, these unique movements, and getting that coordination in there for a couple reps. You saw her miss her first one, not be able to get that hand on the block, but what we see in athletes from, rep 1 to rep 25 is that they have a very keen ability to adapt as they go through.
And they said that it doesn't matter how you come up as long as your hands and feet go at the same time. So you could literally do a push-up to your knees and then shoot up from there as long as your hands and feet all end up on the boxes at one time.
I believe that's Jamie Greene that has moved up alongside Sarah Sigmundsdottir. And look at the difference between the two. And I'll say that's the difference between someone with a more athletic background than the other, being to have that body control with a movement as dynamic as this one.
Well, and Jamie is an unreal athlete. I mean, she just is, everything seems to come so natural to her. It doesn't matter what it is. But I love the fact that she's very explosive, but she's being very intelligent about when she decides to take those breaks. She's not pushing herself to failure. She only does a handful at a time and moves away, shakes her arms out, and comes back to it again. And when she goes, it's rapid fire when she's on there.
Five reps left for Sarah Sigmundsdottir in the center part of your screen. Briggs is just to her left, Frey to her right. And in the background, Jamie Greene is catching up very quickly with their proficiency on these flying push-ups. Sigmundsdottir is done, and she'll move to the deck squats. It's a single kettlebell. They must touch the ground overhead, touch the chest at the top of the rep. And Jamie Greene is now just a few seconds behind her.
And look at the difference here between Jamie in the front and Sarah in the back. Sarah's feet are not leaving the ground. So if I was in a workout setting, I'd say this is how I want you to do it. But in a race setting, the way Jamie is using her whole body to create momentum, that's really saving her body. She's not having to work against that. She's letting gravity and momentum move her through that movement, whereas Sarah's actually using a lot of core to have to work that sit-up. She's basically doing GHC sit-ups right here.
Jamie Greene on the bottom part of your screen in the orange shirt.
And then look at this, the way Jamie puts the kettlebell low, so her body comes up without having to squat the weight. So she's taking the squat with the weight out of the system.
Sarah Sigmundsdottir got to the deck squats just ahead of Jamie Greene as she'll take a break in the center of the floor. She's joined now by Briggs and Karin Frey. And Jamie Greene is one of those athletes that hasn't really put together a consistent weekend. Now, she's had some good events and some bad ones. However, it's not all is not lost for Greene, who has won this event in the past, who was on the podium last year at the Games, is that we have a A lot of points up for grabs today. We know we have 2 scheduled events coming up so far, but we were told that there are 400 points on the board. You take that for what it means, but 400 points up for grabs, anything is still possible for these athletes.
Yeah, I mean, she has a lot. I mean, she's just so athletic that there's a lot of room for her to make up a lot of places. Will she overcome Sarah? I don't think that, because I think she's down there pretty far. I mean, almost was at 90 points between her and Sarah, which that would be a drastic move. But I think she can definitely move herself up into that top 5 position for sure.
Sigmundsdottir done with the deck squats and moving to the A jumps. They must break parallel on the squat portion, land on the block, and stand straight up underneath. Again, it's just one of those subtle little details, tiny little athletic movements, and I think comfortability plays a big factor in there as Jamie stumbles a little bit forward, not being in a good position with those dumbbells.
Well, and I'm expecting to see her step down. There we go. That's, I think, jumping down, you think speed, but it's that jolt. And there's really no need to have that. You aren't gaining anything by it. So step down. Just keep everything nice and tight and controlled. She found the balance there, though.
I think she heard you.
Was I saying that
I'll
too
show
loud
you,
on it?
Bill Grundler.
I think I said it. Was that over the loudspeaker, the house speaker on that?
6 minutes in, the time to beat on the left corner of your screen. 13:42 set by Lori Kuna. Only athlete to finish this event. Ike Gylfadottir was a foot short of getting that time.
Yeah, I still think that Jamie, even though she's looking powerful through here, she doesn't need to drop. That's just extra energy that she's kind of blowing. She could very easily, and it's not going to slow her down, step down, do the squat, and come right back up again.
And what you said is that jostling of the dumbbells flying off the shoulders.
Yeah.
And I think that's why she's gone to that cross position, because that can hold them in place if she's going to stick with that strategy.
I mean, look at Samantha Briggs right there in the center. Steps down. Those dumbbells are controlled the whole time. She's keeping control of her body, and all the moving parts is longer than possible, which is Jamie Greene's kind of issue, trying to fight with those dumbbells.
The field is starting to close on Sarah Sigmundsdottir. Judged his hand in the air for Jamie Greene on the right side of your screen, so Greene has caught up. Sarah has 5 reps to go. Jamie Greene has 1 and done, and she'll move to her A jumps, to those reverse grip chest to bar pull-ups. Hands must be, or palms must be facing towards the body. We saw the same style from Lori Kuna in the second heat.
And we also saw that bloody hand, that bloody palm that Lori had. And I think if you watch Jamie's grip, she's releasing on every single one. So when a hand tears, it's not because of quote unquote it's just pull-ups and it's the bar and it's whatever. It's because that hand is rotating on that bar, so it's pulling that palm, and that's where the tear comes from.
Sigmundsdottir is on the pull-up bar herself, trying to find that rhythm.
Now I think even though the butterfly, we know the butterfly is faster. If she's worried, if any of these athletes are worried, all right, so you're seeing Sarah starting to move into that kipping position. It's just going to be a tighter, easier movement. You don't feel the jostling on your hands as much.
Jamie Greene is done, and she has just 25 devil presses standing between her and 100 points. We'll do 10, advance forward, another set of 10, advance for a final set of 5. As Sigmundsdottir's in the back, so looks like she's getting down to singles. Two more reps for Sarah Sigmundsdottir. Karin Frey has got to the pull-up bar. Time to beat's 13:42. We are just at the 9-minute mark as Jamie Greene is making very quick work of these devil presses. I tell you what, she makes it look like almost a different movement than we saw earlier. But here comes Sigmundsdottir.
And actually, both these ladies are blending what we saw with Lori and Ike, or I'm sorry, with Lori and Manon doing in the last heat, where one was doing a full clean and jerk, the other was doing basically a straight hip snatch basically from the ground overhead. Both these ladies are doing the loading of the hips and then clean and jerking it up over top. So they're being as efficient as you could possibly be with this movement.
Jamie Greene still leading Sarah Sigmundsdottir. Ended up passing her on the A squat portion of this event right in the middle. So 25 total reps to finish out on these devil presses. Sam Briggs has joined. She's in the middle part of your screen, just to the left of Sarah Sigmundsdottir. Briggs currently holding the games invite position on the leaderboard, as Sarah and Karin are already pre-qualified from the Open. So for Briggs, yes, podium is nice, but she is trying to get back to the CrossFit Games for yet another year.
Just so cool. It is the coolest thing.
Jamie Greene has advanced forward. She has 5 reps remaining. Jamie Greene on the left side. Karin Frey on the right has moved up to finish out her set. And 2 more reps for Jamie Greene. Now she has plenty of time, as the time to beat was 13:42, and Jamie Greene is about to blow the doors off Lori Kuna's time in the previous heat. And Jamie Greene, that's a way to start off the final day of competition. 100 points for Jamie Greene.
Yeah, just beautiful execution from top to bottom. I love the fact that it wasn't let me blow everything out on the handstand push-ups, because you're not going to win it by winning the handstand push-ups. Was very athletic, and the precision on the flying push-ups was unreal, and she just got herself up in the front and it just stayed there. All the other moves, you could tell she was well adapted and did adapt well and just flew. My goodness.
Sarah Sigmundsdottir on her final 3 reps. She's doing exactly what she needs to do to keep her first place position on the leaderboard, and that is to stay ahead of Sam Briggs and Karin Frey. Sarah Sigmundsdottir is in. Still well underneath the time to beat from the previous heat, so that's good for 2nd overall in the event. Sam Briggs, left corner of your screen. Couple reps left to go. Gabriella Magala has joined Karin Frey on the right side. Magala is just a handful of points behind Briggs for that podium spot. And that's good for Briggs, is that she's trying to hold off Emily Rolfe and Michaela Norman for that single spot games invite.
Unreal.
Sam Briggs will take 3rd overall in the event.
Unreal.
And what that will do for Sam is that'll inch her just a little bit closer to 2nd place position, Karin Frey. She was 20 points behind. And if Frey can hold off Magala, and Magala is moving up to challenge Karin Frey, is that at least inch her a little bit closer to 2nd. Frey will cross the finish line, so that's a good finish for her if she wants to stay in the top 3. And now with that finish for Jamie Greene, it's what she needed in terms of points, but she was kind of hoping for more athletes to get between her and your top 4, between Briggs, Sigmundsdottir, and Magala.
Yeah, it wasn't the help. She didn't get the help she needed. But again, I mean, all you can do is do what you can do, and she did her thing, which was, okay, I'm going to go and I'm going to win the event. With the points that we have coming up left, she's just got to kind of continue that as best she can.
1 minute before we reach that 15-minute cap. We are now past the time set by Lori Kuna, so she's going to have a good score just being in heat number 2. And that is Emily Rolfe. She is one of those athletes in contention for that single invite to the CrossFit Games. She is trying to keep pace with Sam Briggs, but with Sam's finish, that it's going to put her a distance a little bit greater between her and Emily Rolfe. Tell you what, it was all Jamie Greene. Once they got out of the A squats and got to the pull-up bar, is that 2-second difference turned into a 60-second lead.
Man, yeah, she was moving. And I think, I mean, Jamie's been in this area of the world for a while now, so the fact that these movements have come up in the Dubai competitions over the years, she's played with these before. You could tell that she's messed with them before, and so it showed. She wasn't having to learn as much as the other athletes were. There's even a one-time familiarity is going to aid in any sort of athlete reaction here.
And as we are just beginning our long day, this final day of competition at the Dubai CrossFit Championship, Jamie Greene is starting the day off right with a first-place position and 100 needed points going into the rest of the 300 that's still up for grabs.